Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 49 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as the Julii, and I think it was in the last episode where I did take Numantia and Tara, were they both taken in the last episode? They might have been. I am still retraining and repairing stuff in both of these settlements, I think. Am I not? I'm still retraining soldiers in Numantia, yes. And then up in Tara, I think I am still retraining. Yeah, I'm still rebuilding the stockade. Yep, okay. It's all coming back to me. So I think that I am kind of at the end of this turn. I think that I've put most of my moves in, although there are some buildings that still need to be built. Just to recap though, I wonder if I can march out of Cordoba, because I realized that I could bump up the races. So for those of you who are new to this game, races are something that I can access through the Circus Maximus, just like I can also access tournaments, or what are they called? Tournaments or the gladiator games. Are they just called the games? I have one here. Yeah, yearly games, because I have the amphitheater, the second tier arena here in Mediolanium. And so yeah, just like that, I can also do the races here because I have the Circus Maximus here in Cordoba. So that gives me like a public order boost, and it already comes with a preset boost of like whatever it is. Does it not tell me? Maybe I have to go into here to find out. Public order, what am I getting for buildings and entertainment? 10, so that's going to be from my temple being built. That's from my first tier temple. I thought that I got a standard +5 boost just for building the building. Oh, that's probably from the arena, right? That's probably what that is. Yeah, let me just kind of double check this. So the amphitheater, yeah, so the tier 1, the arena gives like a standard base 5%, that the amphitheater gives a 10%, and then you can boost that even more by holding games, you know. Oh, that's quite the boost, wasn't it? Yeah, that's 20% boost from yearly to monthly, and then even more so by daily. And that's going to be a 10% boost. But as you can see to the income as well, it's being charged more because it costs money to put these games on. And so you're basically just trading income for public order, which is useful if you're trying to like move on with your life and, you know, continue conquering. That can be something that might be viable down here in Cordoba to boost this up. I would rather continue conquering faster than feeling the need to make as much money as possible. My economy finally feels like kind of okay. Just kind of. So if I were to move all of these people out and just taking a look at this army, yeah, it looks fine. And if I would just move them out and then taxes to low taxes or 10% public order, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna. Oh, yeah, move these guys in 45% and then 65%. Daily races, yeah, I can get up to 75%, and I'm going to continue to recruit peasants as well. And the Temple of Jupiter is going to be adding another additional 5%. To the public order as well, so yeah, I think we should continue on our merry way. Sir. Yeah, let's get you moving towards Scalabus. Although, I just realized there's 2 Spanish armies. I knew about this one that I had seen. They kind of blend into the territory, don't they? Yeah, I had eyes on this one. And this is the faction heir, 4 stars. And then we have this guy down here. 4 stars, but we don't know who you are. Do I have a spy nearby? I sure do.
On my way.
Oh, a 3rd army. Okay, so the Spanish still have some forces nearby. Interesting. Okay, some long shield cavalry. And yeah, we still don't know anything about you. So you wouldn't be, you're not the faction, there's no family members in this army. Interesting. Okay. That's good to know, because I was just about to like march my my merry little ass into there thinking, hey, I can just conquer Scalabus. But now I'm thinking, okay, this, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna go for it. All right, we're gonna go for it. And then, can I do the same thing in Numantia? No, I have to wait for this stuff to get retrained. For sure, yeah. Yeah, and then
Imperator.
these guys, so this is going to be Marcus the Cold-Hearted and then his band of mercenaries. Maybe they can just kind of hang on or move on into Numantia and hold down the public order. So then at least I have 2 armies versus the Spanish army's 3. And their units they're not great, I suppose, you know. Although I've underestimated their cavalry over and over again. And, I mean, I guess their entire armies at certain points. But I still think that they're beatable, so yeah, let's give that a shot. Let's try to keep this momentum going, And also, so I don't need this fort to be garrisoned anymore because I do hold, well, actually, I don't know if the Spanish can kind of move down this coast. Can I?
Yes, master.
Wait, let me see like, if I can trace this out. So, like, can they come all the way around? Gosh, I think they can. No shit. Okay, well, I'm glad that I looked at that. So let's keep you here then. But then for these 2 forts, finally, let's move you up. A 10-man unit of barbarian mercenaries, and then a town watch. Let's move you up as well. To Samora Breva. Yeah, you can make your way up there. Because what I'm thinking, so you're going to be coming down here with your 2 barbarian mercenaries and just killing this 1 unit warband rebel army. And then you can kind of fill up any of the casualties in that army. And then I have 2 armies marching on Batavadorum. Okay. Batavadorum. They're going to get there eventually. And I'm thinking I want to march out. So I got some like random stuff here. 3 town watch, auxilia, maybe a peasant as well. Can I get away with this? Sure. Yeah, why not? Because what I need to get better at doing, it's something that I was kind of like okay at earlier in the campaign, where I knew that when I was conquering a small town, like a tier 1 town, I knew that I needed to bring peasants with me to garrison that town because I knew that I didn't want to recruit any peasants from that town. That was going to slow down the growth of that town. And I also knew that I needed to bring town watch to basically garrison any forts to block off any choke points in that province that I'd just taken. So that's something that I was better at earlier in the campaign, and I think that I've kind of gotten away from that. So making sure that I'm better at bringing like a following group, like a garrison group, to hold these areas that I've taken after I've done retraining my soldiers, then move on, like, you know, get a move on, right? So that's something that I need to keep an eye on going forward. And you, why do I have a spy down here? Are you just waiting for a boat? I think you are.
Ready to sail. Your honor.
Yeah, I think I just brought a boat down. Or I just brought a spy down to wait for a boat. And my boats are currently, you're being retrained. You are trying to attack. And then you, I don't really have a use for you. So maybe a couple ideas. Either A, I could blockade Spanish ports so that I can starve them out and maybe hurt them a little bit. Or just move you north because there is still some British boats to sink and spies to escort. So, yeah, they're not going to get there in time to escort that spy though. So, let's bring them over. It might be nice to have a little bit of vision on the Spanish territories. I have my spies, of course, but they're kind of being used elsewhere. Oh yeah, that's right. And you were building watchtowers. Well, you can continue to build watchtowers, but then your mercenaries can garrison Numantia. How about that? That's a nice little compromise, eh? And I think down here my navies are out of movement. Yes, they are. They've already been moved. Yes, yes, I did my job in my last episode, or at least at the end of it. And I remember talking about how I need to like continue training armies. It's something that, you know, I have to kind of keep like kicking myself and remind myself like I need more, you know, I need more. You know, having just like one army basically in my Eastern, you know, empire is pretty haggard. I do have like 3 legionaries and the 1 praetorian that was gifted to me by the Senate. So, hey, there's that, but I need to continue like, all right, that's fine. Let's make a real army now. Let's train some auxilia to fill this out. Let's train some light auxilia and some archers here in Batavium. And then once this hippodrome is complete, we can train up some legionary cavalry, and there we go. There will be another army here in my Eastern Empire. So I need to stay on that. And same thing up here. So like having 4 Roman cav and some cavalry auxilia, some ballistas, early legionaries. Perfect. Yeah, that's like a good start. And then I have this archer auxilia. I don't like having them out of the settlement. Makes me a little bit nervous because yeah, we got some diplomats floating about. I don't have any diplomats to babysit them, do I? No, I don't. That's probably something that I should do because I don't like. I've looked at these enemy diplomats and I just don't think an assassin would ever kill these guys. I think I'm just kind of too far behind on the assassin game. I would have to kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's something like I have this guy up here that's gonna try to do something.
Assassin
How much?
ready.
What are you at? Yeah, you have 4 eyeballs worth of experience, so you might be able to accomplish something. I'm just kind of bringing him on campaign to see what he can do. And yeah, I just don't think that he can kill like a 5 or 6 influence diplomats. Even less than that. It's like really, I don't know. It's like really tough sometimes. Oh shoot, I didn't. Ooh.
Fleet ready.
Shoot. I didn't see them. He has 2 stars. I have 3 boats. I have 2 stars. I should beat that fleet, but I should attack that before I go anywhere else. Okay. Alright, I need to keep an eye on that. Alright, let's build some buildings. I don't think... Mediolanium, what do you want? So I am training my my gladiators here, which is pretty awesome. Pretty excited about that, and great for him. I'm not making like a lot of money here, but getting the armor just so that I can get the weapon upgrades and the armor upgrades for my gladiators could be pretty dope. What's their weapon class? Is it it's a light. So I already have the blacksmith, so I'm already getting the light weapon upgrades, but getting some armor upgrades for them as well seems pretty nice. So I'm tempted to do that. Awesome Temple of Bacchus would also be nice as well. But that's a bit more expensive. Yeah, so let's get the armor here in Mediolanium. And Massilia, I think, Great Forum is kind of what I'm thinking. Gets me almost an extra 100 denarii per turn. Then having another place to train legionary cohorts would be nice, but I do want to keep on my economy and make sure that I don't fall behind in that regard. So let's just keep looking on. You're all building stuff. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Some more Briva. What do you want? I think you guys need... Yeah, let's get some public baths here because Squalor is getting up pretty bad up here. Although their corruption's also pretty bad at 414. So building the large temple of Jupiter would be nice, but I think I need to crack down on that Squalor is kind of what I'm thinking. And Londinium. Let's see. So now that those brigands are not on the roads anymore, would the highways get me any money? Oh, this corruption's so bad up here. Ugh, it feels so bad. So the money that I'd be getting would be less than 100. But I mean, I'm sure it'll pay for itself eventually. Okay, that all looks good. What about down here in Hispania? Let's see, what do we have? So you. So everyone's building stuff. Perfect. And that is looking good for this turn, so let's go ahead and end it. I would like to at least get close to... Yeah, did we get attacked by the Spanish over here? Looks like we did. And gosh, did they actually... Yeah, I guess they had some large boats. And I just have the 3... We won, wow, holy... Wow, that was so shocking. we got a little lucky there. Let's go, so we own this port now, yes we... do. So this is Numantia. Yeah, retrain those boats. And recruit some more peasants here. Yeah, we got lucky there. We're not going to chase them down, but it looks like we sunk one of them. Okay. And then up here, let's go ahead and sink this boat. Did we get it? Yes, we did. Perfect. Let's come back here. Yes, Captain. And then these boats have been retrained, so now... Yeah, let's see about bringing this army off of Ireland. Maybe it's not time yet. I'll think about it. And what do we have? 18,000 in the treasury. Yep, feels good. And Romans are the most advanced faction. Yes, yes. And... Cneas Marina, new family member. Titus Marina, drinking companion, +1 influence, -1 command. Is this you in Lugnum? Yeah. Titus Marina, this is the guy that... Wait, were you not? I thought he was the 4-star general, but maybe not. Yeah, I guess, unless he just lost 4 stars worth of stuff. Yeah, -1 command. Because I was thinking at first that he was the original captain of that cavalry unit that got promoted to being, you know, a real general, a real character. But maybe not. Yeah, because I don't think that he would have lost 4 command stars in traits. Yeah, so can't quite remember who you are. Are you maybe related? Tax farmer, -1 influence, 5% bonus on tax income. Okay, interesting. And race is held in Cordoba. So I guess that's just a reminder. It's nice being reminded. Yeah, otherwise you can just kind of let that get out of control if you just kind of forget. Like, oh shit, I'm just bleeding money. So that's a nice little reminder. And yeah, a lot of buildings that were finished being built and trained up a lot of units as well. All right, so... Yeah, the Spanish keep on coming out. It's just a one-man... Oh, that's a faction leader. Oh. Faction leader is 40 years old. Interesting. 1 command star. Interesting. Well, let's see here. You're very close to the border of my province, and... Yeah, picking off these armies as they're separate, like, what are you doing? You know, like, what's your aim, sir? Because they're very separate, aren't they? And they seem like they could be picked off one by one. So let's bring you guys up here.
Leaving the army. Forward.
And then you can continue to build watchtowers so that I can eventually move these spies elsewhere. And then, can we... Gosh, I feel like I need to continue. Yeah, I need to retrain a couple more units of Exilia. And then I'm even missing units as well. So I might be here for a little while longer, but should I just reach out and attack these guys? It's a tough call. Because I want my spears, you know? Like, if anything beats me in the Spanish armies, it's their cav. And so I do want my spears to be able to fend them off. And not having these guys at full strength, I mean, these guys are basically, you know, less than half strength, you know? So it's not ideal, is it?
General,
You can continue on, but do I want to move past the bridge? That is the question. So you wouldn't be able to attack in the next turn. Interesting. And neither would you. Ooh, although there is a crossing point here. Okay, I didn't notice that. Shoot. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Gosh, maybe I should just attack these guys with this army. Gosh, this just isn't an ideal army to fight with, but I do feel like I'm very tempted. Let's at least see what it looks like when I leave the settlement. And then lower taxes. That's fine, isn't it? Yeah. So, let's see. I could bring you guys in as reinforcements. Or should I add you to the army? I'm afraid that by doing that, I mean, it looks like if I add them to the army, I would still be able to reach them.
Orders.
Yeah, I would.
Joining forces. Attack.
So Caius Augunius, it's a good thing I actually added him to the army because he's a better commander than Placus Fufetius against this 4-star guy who. Yeah, Factionaire is good, but he doesn't have any of the morale bonuses that we're aware of. And what's the full army? So Iberian infantry, a lot of dogs, 4 units of dogs. And then round shield cavalry, that's their tier 1 cav, which is still like, you know, I've been beaten by it before. There are no bull warriors. So yeah, it's pretty low tier, isn't it? You know? They have some slingers, but not much. They have 1, 2, 3 skirmishers, and is just the 1 Scutarii? I think it's just the 1 Scutarii. So, you know what? Yeah, my army doesn't have a lot of cav. But overall, yeah, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning this fight. Although, judging by the campaign map, we might be fighting uphill, so that might be unfortunate. Let's check it out.
Today is a good day to die, but better still to live and tell our grandchildren, as yet unborn, of brave Romans who fought well. The Spanish are worthy of respect, but not fear. They are only men, and men can be killed. That army is 1/4 of the enemy's strength, so sharpen your swords one last time. When we have killed them all, we will have made a good start. They have been brought to the battlefield by muling infants instead of leaders. There is no advantage in numbers to either side. Therefore, skill and courage will be the keys to this day's battle. All that said, we are the stronger. Every one of you is better than they. Remember this and take heart from the memory. They will, unless completely unthinking, try to use the woods to screen some of their troops. The enemy deserve no better than to be shot down. Let us do this and conserve our strength. This morning, an eagle circled the camp 3 times, then flew towards the rising sun. Such a portent can only mean a good day for us today. And before we start, just remember, they are more scared of us, true Romans to a man, than we are of them.
Terrain-wise, this isn't so bad. We have a little bit of high ground here, and the enemy, they could be in the forest, or they could be in the open. Either way, I mean, if they're in the forest, they're going to be downhill from us, and if they're in the open, well, they have even ground, but they're going to be in the open. Now, we have a little bit of a slope ahead of us that we would have to crest before our artillery can be effective. So let's kind of jump in and see. Oh, wow, they're going to be all the way over there. All right. It's interesting that they didn't choose... Okay, let me get this situated. It's interesting that they didn't contest the high ground. I would have expected them to. Okay, so they are going to be contesting the high ground. It's just weird though, because if they were planning on moving out, then why didn't they just start up here? Yeah, it's a little bit interesting. All right. Well, in that case, let's just have my left flank facing out. So yeah, when I was looking at my army again, I realized, yeah, I really don't have as many spears as I would like. That's for gosh darn sure. It's a little bit scary. My cav is going to be made up of one of my generals, Placus Fufetius, and 2 Roman cav units. My center is going to be held by some spears, weakened spears, that is, and some light auxilia. So my center is my weakest area. And then my flanks are going to be held by my early legionaries and my Roman archers. So that's going to be the play there. And then, yeah, I am also bringing up my ballistas as well. And let's get you guys a bit closer here. All right, that looks okay. And yeah, so you guys are ready to contest the cav fight. And the general and the dogs are back here. Okay. So from up here, let's see here. So archers are actually in range. Yeah, that's brilliant. Man, I love the long-ranged archers. They're just really fun to use when they can just shoot a mile away, especially with that height advantage. Yeah, look at this. They can already shoot at the slingers, round shield cavalry, like whatever they want, really. And the ballistas as well. Maybe they can actually get something done. Not holding my breath. That's for gosh darn sure. I wonder if I could kind of pick off the general's bodyguard. Oh, I can't reach them. Wow, that's interesting. What about any cav units? Really? My ballistas can't hit any of that stuff? Is the range the same as the archers? Is that what's going on? That's interesting. Well, I guess let's see if I can shoot at those round shield cavalry. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to be moving too quickly. And yeah, they're just going to get tore up. Jesus, yeah, that round shield cavalry just got tore up. They are bringing in their war dogs, so yep, that's going to be pretty painful. And now we can start shooting at whatever we want. Yeah, just go fire at will and shoot at whatever you want. So skirmishers are coming forward, and are they just charging into melee? Oh yeah, these are my light auxilia. That's right. Right. Scutarii as well. Scutarii and Iberian infantry. They're just gonna get tore up as well. Man, you guys, man. Oh god. I thought you were on guard mode. That's really weird. I thought that guard mode meant they don't chase after units that they were told to engage. And it looks like the enemy army is just all running away. And in classic concept fashion, I think I'm a little bit too slow to capitalize on this. I'll see what I can do though. Yeah, we're not able to achieve much here. We're basically just killing a bunch of the war dogs, which is, you know, fine actually. That gets rid of an annoying unit. Where is the red line actually? Okay, we might, okay, actually, you know what? You know what? We might actually get a few of these guys. Yeah, continue on. Yep, go here, please. Continue on, drive through. Yeah, continue on, because there is still a bit of space here. Yep, continue the fight. And
soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Yeah, you guys can keep killing, please. Here, and then sweep on through here. Okay, so it looks like I killed like 62% of them, so...
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!
Yeah, not a full army wipe. They definitely got most of their, or not most, but a substantial portion of their men away. I did lose 14, killed 763. So yeah, they're still going to be around, but that makes me think that I should probably continue the fight. Continue the advance, you know? Finish beating them, because what else, like what, oh gosh.
Fleet ready.
It's tempting. I want to scout this last little area here. Yeah, let's bring you up. Let's get the scoop. What's up here? Nothing? Like basically nothing. All right, so what we see is what exists. 2 full strength armies and then a few scraps laying around. So you can probably take Asturica. Those scraps that were up here, you beat them, and then in fact, let's just bring you down as well.
Secrecy is assured.
Yeah.
Depleted, sir.
Even in your kind of weird army composition sort of way, you're still going to be capable of defeating the rest of this. Just keep that momentum going. You, however, you're in sort of an awkward position here because they can definitely sneak through the back door here and pressure Cordoba. And I don't have like a backup army that's, you know, holding this. I did not see this river crossing here, so yeah, they kind of have been in an awkward situation. Gosh, it's so tempting. Just by pressing Scalibus and making them react to me is tempting. Like if they wanted to attack Cordoba, what do we have here? We have stone walls. So the tier 3 with stone walls, they wouldn't take it immediately, that's for sure. I mean, but I just have nothing in there. It's just peasants. So
Sir!
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Orders?
I think what I'll do is instead of giving up my ground, I will see what he does first. That way I don't have to like make a move this way and then see him come around this way and, you know, like pressure this army, because I want this army to just deal with the scraps. I would rather have this army deal with the stronger, fuller armies. So I'll wait to see where he wants to go. His movement range is out to there, so even if he does make a move on Cordoba, I can still cut him off if I stay on this bridge. But then I'm not giving up needless ground. I can still, you know, stay here, right? At least for now, and see where he goes. So that's going to be the play there, I think.
Sir!
What I would like to do up here is have a look around and
Secrecy
just
is
see...
assured. On my way.
Okay, so there's not many German troops. We still have a few turns left on my ceasefire with the Germans. Well, I mean, while they're paying me for that ceasefire. And yeah, I'm going to accept that money for sure. It's a good sum of money, like 800 per turn. Yeah, that's pretty, it's not bad. And you...
General!
Yeah, you're almost there. So you're going to get there in 2 turns.
Prepare for battle! General!
And you're right behind, although these gosh darn swamps just really slow him to the crawl. Yeah, it's pretty brutal, but we still have plenty of time before the Senate mission expires. Yeah, 8 turns. Yeah, we have time. And that's going to be nice getting rid of the Britons. They have, because like, you know, whatever chariot units they have, I think that attacking the settlement's going to be the right call because, I mean, fighting the chariots inside of the settlements is going to be easier than fighting them outside of the settlement. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the play. You know, even though it might be kind of a tough fight, you know, obviously fighting a full stack inside of a settlement is tough, but I'd rather do that. Like, I don't want to wait 6 turns. I don't think I have 6 turns to wait, and even if I do, that's calling it pretty close. So, yeah, I'd rather just go in and fight that one. I just wanted to take a look around my empire to remind myself of something that I sort of lost track of because I knew in the moment what I was doing, but I want to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on this. And that is the temples or the sacred groves of the barbarian cultures that I've kept around because they offer these really good bonuses, like experience bonus to troops trained here +3. That's very good here in Carthago Nova. So I need to make sure I remind myself, like, this is a good place to turn into a training center at some point. In fact, let's remind myself, what can I train already? Not bad, actually. Like, already being able to train Archer Auxilia and early legionaries and both light cav types. Like, that's a good start, you know? So it's important that I remind myself of that. And I think I have the same thing here. Or not the same thing, but similar. Yeah, +2 to experience to troops trained here in Pona. I'm sorry, in Numantia. Again, like, not as good as +3, and also not as well located, just because this is going to be a little bit better for me because I can just have these whatever armies trained up here put onto boats, and then they can move into North Africa at some point or the Mediterranean islands at some point. So like this is a good place to train soldiers. This is, you know, they have to move from here to the coast to be available. But again, it's not that bad either. Up here in Tara, this is not ideal. But again, I don't want to get rid of this. +2 to experience to troops trained here is pretty good. And Deva, I think, is a similar thing. +1. So yeah, not centrally located places. So I might change my mind about this, but I mean, for now, that seems like a pretty good deal. So I need to remind myself that these are places that I need to turn into troop producing facilities, and I need to make sure that I really, put an effort into that infrastructure. And then down here in Elysia, I think I have the missile bonus. Yeah, upgrades missile weapons. So I already can train archers here. So right now I'm training light auxilia, and then I will switch on to archers. And yeah, that's going to be pretty good down here in Elysia. I may as well, let me double check. Do I have the armor? Yes, I do. Cool. Yeah, so that's already given me a +1 to missile weapons as well as +1 to armor for those units. So yeah, not bad. Yeah, not bad. That's going to be worth keeping an eye on. And other than that, though, I think that we are ready to end this turn and keep marching along. Oh dear, and we just have a big old honkin' brigade army down here. A lot of warband and some barbarian cavalry. Luckily, I have, not here. Actually, yeah, this is my scraps army, my scrap heap army that is right here, and they are ready to take those brigands on. So that's kind of perfect placement for them. Oh, okay, here's another one. That's a little bit bigger. So you
Imperator.
were fine taking on the two, or the one warband brigand army, but I might have to hire a few more mercenaries if I want to take on these brigands, because it's going to be 6 units. One of them is going to be naked fanatics. Yeah. God damn, more brigands down here as well. Barbarian. These are all barbarian peasants. 2 barbarian peasants and 1 warband. Okay. Jesus, that's, yeah. Any more that I need to be aware of? Yep, more. Man. Okay, we just got hit by the brigands in this turn. Yeah, it's funny how that, it kind of comes in waves like that, it seems like, you know? It can really seem like it's gone quiet for a while, and then you have it just come in waves where it's just like everywhere, you know? Like, let me just keep looking around. Anything up here? Looks like we're fine up here. I want you to place watchtowers around so that I can keep an eye out for brigands up here.
Move out.
Because, yeah, I don't want there to be devastation on Ireland. Just losing money for no reason. And I'm being blockaded by this Banish down here. I mean, these boats got trained up. So, like, I should win this, right?
Attack.
Yeah, I won that.
Victory.
Alright, well. Yeah, we still didn't sink them. So let's just go back and retrain, I guess. And just keep doing that. Any more brigands? And where did this army, where? Huh. The army that was here, where did they go? Did they just retreat?
Your Honor.
Up here?
My way. On my way.
Huh. I don't want to.
Secrecy is assured.
Damn, so I just lost vision now because now he's like in a forest or something. So yeah, that's kind of
At your
sucky.
service. Secrecy is assured.
Yeah, where? Gosh darn, where did that guy go?
Moving. Moves depleted.
I am not. Yeah, I do not know where that army went off to. All right, well let's. That's a little bit scary. All right, 17,000 in the treasury. Yep, feels pretty good that I'm maintaining that. And Condate Retinum is now ready to be built up to a large city. Perfect. Nice. Yep, a lot of buildings were finished up as well, and more units trained up as well. Perfect.
General.
And yeah, you were going to be getting on a boat. This spy is going to be getting on a boat.
Master.
I thought that I was going to bring down more stuff. Oh yeah, I got some early legionaries that I trained up as well. You can come on over as well. And, okay, so the Britons, where did you guys come from? Like, did you just leave the settlement? Because this has been, it's still full. So, yeah, I don't know. Were they just hiding? I don't know where they came from. But you can fight them. It's just 4 units, so you can get rid of them, and then you can lay siege to Batavadorum. Jesus, it's gonna, you know, eventually I get that. I'll get it right. Well, I have a lot of small little battles to fight in this turn, so let's just start doing this one by one. Let's take care of
Prepare for battle.
this just 1 unit of peasants. And we're gonna have to fight another battle with this army afterwards in the next turn, so let's make sure we take as few casualties as possible. Even though it's gonna be
Up and at them.
very simple, but yeah, still don't want to take too many casualties here. 1 unit of warband. They seem actually surprisingly eager to come out and fight my barbarian mercenaries. So you can start your war cry, and you can start your war cry, and you can charge on in. And then you can charge on in as well. And I would imagine, man, are you guys, gosh, it's funny that they didn't break right away and end that battle. So we did lose 19 men. But now that they are cleared off, and I'm thinking what I can do.
Victory!
Let's see. So I can top off some of you guys with the 10 men in this unit. So let's merge them up. And then I suppose I can train up, let's see, what do I want? Some Roman Cav. I can train them, and then in the next turn I can hire these barbarian mercenaries and this barbarian Cav. And do I have any idea? Barbarian peasants and naked fanatic, that's all I know. So let's go ahead and, so you can reach, you could. So let's train up another unit of Archer Auxilia. Oh yeah, and I can train scorpions here. Okay, I should get on that, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that I could train scorpions here. It'd be nice to get them available for, you know, something up here. Obviously, they're not going to be needed down here typically, so I need to get on that. Yeah, that'll be pretty fun having those available to me. All right, so that's the one small little battle dealt with. Now let's go ahead and deal with this. Not
Imperator.
Actually, some cav, some ballistas.
Sir.
I mean, that's not bad. So you go there, and then you
Attack!
just attack through.
Victory! Imperator.
And then can you guys come down and reinforce?
Sir. Prepare for battle.
And yeah, we do get our reinforcements. What do we have here? So warband, 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 warband. So 6 warband and 1 barbarian cav. And yeah, we want to make sure that we are controlling our reinforcements. And let's get it done. Okay, so a couple of things. First off, I didn't mean to be fighting in a thunderstorm. That was a mistake. That was a misclick on my part. However, you know, I gotta say, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a variety. I do intend on playing with more bad weather with factions that don't rely on ranged units, but the Romans actually have some pretty good ranged units, so I've been trying to get as much clear weather as I can in this campaign. Same with my Egyptian campaign as well. So this was a mistake. My archers are not going to be performing as well as they should otherwise. So yeah, oops. Let's see, what was I going to say? Secondly, it's kind of nice seeing this old army back again, you know? Reminds me of the good old days. Back in using Hastati, Principes, basic Roman archers, some Triarii as well. It's funny enough, my general's a unit of Town Watch, like not the Triarii or the Cav or anything. It's my lowest tier unit, which is pretty funny.
Gods be praised! The reinforcements are here!
So I have 2 units of reinforcements coming on,
the enemy!
and they are going to be the 2 units of Cav Auxilia, which is actually not bad for reinforcements. They're going to be pretty useful, I think. And the enemy is going to be up there. Okay. Well, I suppose what I can do is... Yeah, they have a slight high ground, but honestly, with my archers, I can bring them off of that high ground. Actually, I'm a little confused now. Why does it say waiting to come into battle? Oh, were they? Oh, they were blocked by the terrain piece. Oh. Oh, that was weird. Okay, I was like watching them down here thinking, okay, there's room for them to enter the battle. But they weren't doing it. So any reinforcements have to move around this big old rock here. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, whatever, but like still. So yeah, you guys get moving. Yeah, you can go too. You don't need to. I don't know what you're. What are you doing? What are you doing, weirdo? Get up there. This is just something that I wanted to comment on because a part of what I do with this channel is to compare the Total War games as I play through them. And something that I've heard before in the past is that Shogun 1, amongst the first handful of Total War games, Shogun 1 has the best weather effects. And so far, I think that I do agree with that. It's like you haven't seen a real thunderstorm in a video game until you've seen a thunderstorm or a lightning storm, or just whatever you want to. It's a storm, You haven't seen one until you've seen one in Shogun 1. Like that's a real, it's like that. You haven't seen a knife? That's a real knife. It's a real thunderstorm in that game. It really is. With that being said, this ain't so bad. It's the audio of the thunderclaps or the thunder lightning claps. They're fine. They actually are. They're pretty nice. But you don't get the visual flashes from the lightning. That's what you're not getting. Whereas in Shogun 1, you do get that very much so. It's a very obvious thing, and so yeah, there's definitely an advantage that goes to Shogun 1 in that I can't. Gosh, off the top of my head, I can't really think of experiencing like a thunderstorm in Medieval 1, but I have to have. I have over 900 hours in that game. I must have experienced a lightning thunderstorm in Medieval 1, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. And the fact that I can't think of it makes me think that's probably not as good as Shogun 1, or maybe it's very comparable, maybe. Now, it kind of appears as if they're just willing to let me get on even ground with them, so that's nice of them to do that. And yeah, once we're on even ground, I can march up so that I'm in range of or my archers are in range of them, or I can just kind of stay put. I don't think there's any better ground to achieve, really. I guess I can move up a little bit. Looks like there's a gradual incline. I was thinking about just using my skirmish cav to skirmish them, kind of draw them back into my lines. But, I suppose there is a slight little slant here, so I may as well get up a little bit further. And now my archers are in range. They're in range of the downhill unit. So they are doing some damage to him, despite the fact that the rain definitely is mitigating some of the effectiveness of their arrows. And I'm tempted to let them shoot for a little bit. Just because they do make up a significant portion of my army, I may as well make use of them. Although you aren't shooting. Yeah, you're not in range. Now it does appear like they might be moving forward, yeah. So now my guys up here can start getting some javelin tosses into that group. And yeah, the barbarian cav charged right into my velites and then they broke. So let's get my guys back up so that we can continue skirmishing. And yeah, Jav cav just feels so good. It's hard to use in medieval Total War just because the there's no fire while moving in Medieval 1 or Shogun 1. And so yeah, using skirmish cav in those games can be pretty difficult actually. So yeah, having some Jav cav that can actually like move and shoot at the same time just feels so good. Like, oh, it's about time. Yeah, it's one of those things that like I have to remind myself anytime anytime there's things in this game that kind of like bother me because it's not the same as Medieval 1 and Shogun 1, I have to remind myself, like, you know what, having a 20 unit army as opposed to a 16 unit army as is the case in Shogun 1 and Medieval 1, that's a big deal. To me, that's a big deal. You know, having those extra 4 units makes such a big difference in the kind of armies that you can create. And there's so many other things like that. The thing is that they don't end up in the reviews. You know, no one ever talks about that when they're comparing these games. And, you know, because there's so much else to talk about. Like, I get it. Rome did so much for the Total War franchise when it comes to how it revolutionized the franchise. Like, obviously, there's so much more to talk about other than the extra units that you can bring in the armies. And for big advocates of Medieval 1 and Total 1, there's definitely talking points where you can talk about the things that you miss, as I've mentioned over and over again. You know, the loss of the civil wars, the loss of the factory emergencies. These are big losses that are felt very, very much by myself and the people that did start their Total War journey with Shogun 1 and Medieval 1. Those are big losses. They're not small things that you just kind of write off. It definitely does change the flavor of the campaign. But then, you know, I remind myself of how good it feels to be able to have a cav unit be able to, you know, freaking move around while it's throwing its javelins and shooting its arrows, as these units, of course, do back in the day. You know, like, that's just what that was the whole point. That was the whole point. You know, so it's definitely a case of like, okay, finally we can use these units in ways that make sense. So, all right, 1 unit of Warband have come into contact with my Principes, actually, so let's just kind of get in there and clean them up. And let's just kind of back up here. Yeah, we're chasing these guys down back here. Warband, clearing up. And we can, let's see, you're not broken yet, so let's just kind of get back here. And now you're broken. All right, sweet. Let's go back here. I've just been, you know, I've paid the price too many times when it comes to attacking spear units, like even spear units that I feel like, oh, that's fine, like they're unbraced and I'm attacking them in the rear and I'm attacking them with cavalry. And it's like, oh no, I just lost half my unit, so I'm very wary of that. There we go, that unit finally did break, so let's end the battle. And we did lose 17 men. Alright. So that brigand army has been cleared off. And let's make sure we drop the save. And I might need to bring this army down to fight that other... Do I need to send you guys down here to fight this? Let's see. 1 warband, 2 peasants. Do I have anything else down here? Oh, I do, yeah. I have this. I mean, it ain't much, but like a bunch of peasants, 2 Roman cav, and a general's unit. Oh, and some Arcani? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. I can even bring in some town watch if I wanted to. No, I'm going to save them for these guys, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. This is what I want right now. I am actually so excited to use the Arcani in this battle. You don't even know. I'm so okay. Okay. Yeah, let's have some fun with this. If only there was something that I could name this formation. Gosh, I can't quite place my finger on it. It's such a familiar looking formation. I feel like I've seen this before somewhere, with the peasants on either flank, with the Arcani connecting the two, with the cavalry column going right down the center. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I think this is going to be very, very powerful thrusting formation for defeating this brigand force here. It is of crucial importance when using this formation to find the right approach vector, because you don't want to be entering through the wrong entrance, okay? You want to make sure that you get them at their weakest point, and the point where it's going to be the easiest for us to destroy their formation. I think at this point we may as well detach the shaft of the formation, and they can go in that direction, and then the peasants and the Arcani can go in this direction. So we can hit them here, hit the peasants, and yeah, they are already running away. Let's get away from the warband, because I definitely want the Arcani. I want to see what they can do against the warband. So yes, we're going to be sending these guys up here, and just keep going. Perfect. And yep, send them in, and send them in. And let's just look at these guys in action. Yeah, look at these little Roman ninjas. Oh, they look so badass. There we go. Hack down their leader.
The enemy general is dead.
That is going to be
His
it.
men know their doom approaches.
Now we just have to break this unit of peasants that figured that attacking us would be a good idea. And let's wrap this one up. Just get a little charge into them, and that should do it. And wow, they're still... Gosh, did another unit rally? Yeah, they rallied. Okay, fine, let's get some. There we go. So we did lose 19 men. Yeah. Did we lose any Arcani? No, we did not. We did not lose any Arcani, so it must have been just... yeah, mostly peasants and a handful of Roman cav. But that was fun. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Victory!
Pretty neat indeed. So you can move back up to Lugdunum.
No more moves.
Perfect. And then you... Yeah, you can move down, but we're not going to fight yet. We're going to recruit these mercenaries. We're going to bring this cav in and this archer in, and then we'll fight them.
Merging armies.
Now I have also brought my legionaries and my praetorians from Arretium, and my light auxilia and Quintus Tuditanus from Patavium, and then we can bring in Samnite gladiators and Manius Tuditanus. Yeah, we have a family gathering here to attack these brigands. And did the army... Okay, you just went back. Okay, that's fine. So you come over here and attack. Perfect. What do we have? Warband, and Naked Fanatics. So let's make sure that we are controlling the AI, or the... we are not controlling the AI. The AI is not going to get involved here. We are going to be controlling our own reinforcements. Thank you very much. Well, they are going to deploy right in front of me, and luckily they aren't attacking because my reinforcements, I think they're behind me somewhere. Yeah, it looks like they're actually quite a ways off. So they're going to be... Man, I can't see shit. How far can we see anything? Alright, maybe we're not that far away. So yeah, you guys march that way. And march that way as well. And we'll wait until we meet up with our guys before we charge on in. And now that we are all formed up, we're just going to be using our flying V formation to sort of come in from both sides. If they want to go for our generals, that's fine. We can just throw a bunch of javelins and peel them at them and collapse in and destroy them from either side. Now we should be in range pretty soon here. Yeah, looks like our light auxilia can start throwing some javelins at these naked fanatics, so that should be doing some fairly good damage, I would say. And this is their most dangerous unit, so yep, that's pretty good. That's a lot of damage done. And these warband, if they want to start running in range of... Jesus, did we just like wipe them out? They're down to 53. Jesus, man, yeah, those javelins are doing a lot of damage against them. And these warband can't decide what they want to do. Now, a couple of my units on the side here can start throwing their Pilum into this warband. In fact, all three of my units, including my Praetorians, can throw their Pilum into this unit, and they're going to be doing a significant amount of damage. I'm pretty sure the Praetorians do have higher missile damage than the Legionaries. Yeah, they're losing so much men. And by this point, there's nothing else to it. Let's just charge on in. Gladiators go after these guys, and then you go after them. You go here, and then you go here. And yeah, gladiators are just gonna tear apart these naked fanatics. Just a bunch of naked dudes going at it. And then down here, yep, they want to charge on in, their healthiest unit, and that's it.
Enemy army is in flight.
End the battle, and we lost one man. What did we lose? One gladiator died.
Our victory.
Yes. Now, even though I am really sketched out about the disappearance of that army that was over here, Scalibus is in reach, isn't it? Yes, it is. And there's only 3 units inside. And because I have a ballista, I think I could attack it on this turn, I think.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, I could assault it right away.
Sir.
I wonder if by doing that, that would cause that. I mean, because that army has to be like hiding in these trees somewhere. Unless they made it down to these trees, they might be hiding there as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would wonder if they would come back though and try to retake Scalibus, because I could retake this. I could take this in this turn, and then you get to. Let's see here. I do have these mercenaries here, and they would be enough to defend. Well, shit, would they? This is a beat-up army. I was tempted to march you to the bridge. And then just kind of like sidestep this army. But I think that that's leaving this army just a little bit too exposed, you know, due to the disappearance of that one army that's full strength plus another full strength army here. That's a little bit too exposed, I think. So let's go ahead and try to make contact with this army.
Moves depleted, sir.
Yeah, I like that a bit better. And then,
General.
yeah, then up here we can fight this one as well. But I think what I want to do is leave this fight. I thought that I was going to get all of these little fights out of the way in this episode, but at this point it's starting to get a bit long here. So I will save this one and this little fight for the next episode. Before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Concept playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.